Welcome to the Same Beauty Empire Show, the podcast that provides beauty professionals from all over the world an outlet to be vulnerable, learn, aspire, and grow. Join us as we come to know the hardships and bliss of the beauty industry. Subscribe and share because you won't want to miss this beauty industry tea, honey. Hey, how you doing? So Janell, thank you so much for joining the show today, for joining the Same Beauty Empire Show. I am extremely elated to have you on the show. And I know that everybody who is watching and listening right now, as soon as they see your face pop up on the screen, they're going to be like, oh, I got to watch this one. I got to tune into this one. Stain babes, thank you for tuning in. Good morning, good afternoon, good night from wherever you are listening from. You've tuned once again to the podcast that provides beauty professionals to be vulnerable, learn, aspire, and grow in their fields in the beauty industry. And some of you may know this special guest that we have today. She is a makeup artist based in Atlanta, Georgia, one of my favorite places in the world. I love Atlanta. She has a published ebook that's called The Ultimate Makeup Guide, right? Where you offer full face makeup courses and how to apply lashes, a makeup checklist, and more. You've heard of her. You've seen her on Instagram, social media. It is Makeup Janell. She also has online workshops, a podcast called Not Another Black Girl, which is amazing, and a YouTube page. So check it out when you guys get a chance. Janell, how you doing today?
You know what? I am doing so good. I think that there's just so much going on in the world, but I really just try to focus on how I'm doing. And I really have nothing to complain about. I know we all want more in life, but I am good. Like, I really can't complain. You know what I'm saying?
That's amazing. That's amazing. That's a great outlook just on life in general.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Same Beauty Empire Show.
Yes.
We're going to keep it very real because we always keep it real here. We're really eager to learn from you and learn about your journey as a makeup artist and just a beauty mogul, just in general. Tell our viewers a little bit about you and how you got started in the makeup industry.
Okay, so makeup has always just been a love of mine. It was just something, I never saw myself doing it on other people. I never saw myself doing it on strangers. It took me a long time to believe in myself when it came to my makeup. But I started on my friends, on my close friends, and then I slowly started doing it on clients. But makeup has always just been something that when I see it, it makes me like tingle on the inside. Like, I love makeup and it just does it for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I completely agree. Me personally, I understand where you're coming from when it comes to that tingle that when you see makeup.
Yes.
Or see makeup being done, or when you're doing it yourself, you're getting ready to go do your own makeup, or you get ready to do a client. Sometimes even like, I know for me, when I don't have a client, I have this itch, like, can I get a model or somebody? I just want to touch somebody's face because, you know, that tingle is there. So I completely agree. And I understand that this platform, people who are interested in entrepreneurship and, you know, they can learn so much about business from this show, which leads me to ask my next question. Has the beauty industry always been something that you wanted to get into? What inspired you to take the leap and go after establishing your own business in this industry? Because we know that, of course, makeup is one thing, but then it's another thing to be a business woman.
Yeah. I'm going to be very transparent. So I used to work for former Atlanta housewife, Kim Zolciak, and I was her go-to makeup artist. I traveled with her. I went everywhere with her. Like, anytime she had anything that she was doing makeup for, I was doing her makeup for it. And I worked for her for maybe about 4 years. During that time, it allowed me to slowly build my clientele, but still work mainly with her. And after the pandemic, I said, I can't do this no more. It just became very demanding. And I felt like I couldn't pour into my business. I couldn't pour into my clients. I couldn't do really anything for my own platform. So I basically let that go. I left with grace, but I let that go. And I solely just said, you know what, Janelle, let's just focus on, our digital products, our physical products. Let's focus on just building your own platform by yourself and just catering more towards my clients. I had to let it go. It was very, very demanding. It is an experience to work with celebrities, people on TV, but it is hard. I'm not even going to lie. It is
I can
very
imagine.
hard. I tend to like structure. And if you're an entrepreneur, you can make your own schedule, but sometimes it's not as structured as you need it to be. But that working with her provided me like no structure, and I needed just a little bit more structure for myself to really pour into my business. And I just let that go. And that was maybe about 4 years ago now. And I have grown my social media presence. I've dived into making ebooks and making workshops and creating my own cosmetic line. And yeah, that's basically how it started.
Wow.
Mhm.
So much to
Mhm.
unpack from that,
I
Janelle.
know. No, right?
So, first of all, I want to ask because I know the people want to know,
Yeah.
how did you even obtain that position?
Okay. Through social media, through Instagram, I just was DM'd. I was DM'd through a third party, which I guess I could say it on here. Cardi B's makeup artist, Erica LaPearl, had a brother, or has a brother that kind of connects artists and clients together.
Okay.
And I was just DM'd like, hey, your services are being requested. Can you do Brielle's makeup? And I said, absolutely, I sure can. And I did her makeup once. And then after that, I was just doing their makeup after that. So it just kind of went from there. It was just like, it was a little surreal because I did her makeup and then Kim texted me and was like, hey, we're going to New York to do some press for our show. We need makeup. Can you come with us? I was like, yes, I'm on the first flight out, girl. So I just kind of it just kind of hit the ground running. And yeah, that's basically how I got started, through Instagram, actually.
Wow.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, you see statements like that is a huge point, and I I preach this all the time. One thing that I do know is market, 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 engage,
Yeah.
engage, engage, network,
Mhm.
because you're going to get found. And
Yeah,
especially at the better that you get in your field, the more you're going to be sought after. So the fact that
absolutely.
you were found on social media just proves the point that
Mhm.
that's where we need to be.
Yeah,
We need to have a presence online, especially if we want to make it to certain places and have certain opportunities open up for us. So that's amazing. So Atlanta Housewives,
yep.
how was, so you did say that, it was kind of just getting a lot for you. Do you feel happy in the transition that you made? Because by the way, now, if I'm remembering who it is correctly,
Mhm.
they're not on the show
Nope.
anymore.
Mhm.
So that was probably a really good play, because I mean, she's not there anymore anyway. But at the same time, do you feel any regret, or do you feel like, what, that was the right decision for me to make?
No, it was the right decision for me to make for myself. I wouldn't be where I am right now if I wouldn't have chose to pivot and go in a different direction with that.
Wow.
No regrets at all. Cause
Wow.
I mean, like I said, I left on good terms, so I still do their makeup. I'm just not I'm just not there on their whenever they need me. But it was the best thing I could have ever did. Like right after that, I felt like my Instagram personally, I poured into my Instagram myself. I started posting more. A lot of people don't know. I never used to show my face on Instagram. I used to show my clients, but I never showed me. So right after that is when I just hit the ground running, and I just started creating content for myself and my clients. But yeah, I wouldn't be where I am right now if I wouldn't have chose to make that decision.
Wow. That's
Mhm.
amazing. And that goes to show too that there are a lot of opportunities online,
Mhm.
probably more opportunities on social media than working a job that's might be stressing you out,
Yeah,
taking a lot of your time, might be putting you in a direction that may not be benefiting you mentally, personally, physically, you
yeah.
know. So that's a great example for us.
Yeah. It was so scary though. It was like I was letting go of like my bread and butter almost. You know what I'm saying? Like I had clients, but it was very consistent with her. It was like quitting a job. It was like literally I can't do this no more. I have to quit. So it was scary, but it was worth it.
I could see how that would be scary.
It was scarier. I was like, "Ooh."
I
But
could
that's why I figured other things out. That's why I started my workshops. That's why I started, um, especially my digital products. That was a big reason why I started them because I was like, I gotta figure something else out, you know?
and making it happen just on social
Mhm.
media and just
Mhm.
on, digitally doing digital
Yeah.
products and digital classes and
Yep.
virtual classes. That's kind of where makeup artists are trying to pivot nowadays,
And
because it is lucrative.
yeah.
And so it's amazing to hear that you've been through that yourself and you're making it work and you're making it happen. Just amazing. With everything you have on your plate, doing your makeup is one thing you shouldn't have to stress about. Find the easiest way to dry and hang your makeup brushes with cosmetics' most wanted makeup brush drying tool, Air Dry. Air Dry is a quick and easy to install brush tower designed to encourage natural brush drying in an effort to avoid makeup brush damage or deformation. Available now, stainbeautyempire.com. That's amazing. You already said that you kind of started on your family and your friends doing
Yep.
makeup, and then you transitioned into basically being able to do celebrity makeup,
Mhm. Mhm.
kind of how you got into the
Yep.
industry. Did you have a mentor?
I did not have a mentor, although I did take one class. It was a 2-day class. His name is Yannick Brinson on Instagram. And I knew when I started doing makeup, I wanted my makeup to look a certain way. I wanted my makeup you look at it and it just looks so good, but you don't know what it is about the makeup, but it looks so good. I wanted my makeup to look like that. So I was like, you know what? I have to take a class. And it was a 2-day class. And I really wanted to learn how to do makeup on women of color because we come in all different complexions and the undertones. And I don't want you looking red. I don't want you looking green, you know? So that was probably one class that I've taken and it changed and it definitely altered my entire artistry. And I still use the techniques to this day.
Wow.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm,
So I'm
mhm.
I'm gonna have to look up their Instagram, and I'm sure everybody is gonna start looking up.
No, he was amazing. When I say amazing, he at that time was doing makeup on Kenya from,
Okay.
Atlanta Housewives.
He
So
always
yes,
slay.
exactly, and I loved when I say I loved his work, but I knew he had also taken classes from, like, Sam Fine and stuff like that, so I was like, "Okay, if he took classes from such and such and he can pour that knowledge into me," it's like it was so worth it, it was the best thing I could have ever did, actually.
Wow. Okay.
Mhm, mhm.
So maybe would you say that a recommendation for somebody that's trying, which we're going to get into,
Yeah,
that's trying to get into the makeup field and get into the makeup industry, is to take a class with somebody who is well known, well versed in
yes,
their field, and somebody that's kind of taking it on in a way that you want to.
absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely, I would definitely say that, find an artist that you just admire their work. You admire how they capture their work and their work at the same time, because their work can be great, but the content and having it relayed like in pictures and photos, that's what you kind of want too. Because I also learned that as well in the class. I learned how to get certain content, certain angles of my models and what lighting to use. I learned all that in the class. So
Wow.
definitely find somebody that you like and invest in the class.
Okay, that's awesome advice because I do want to say to that point that you can't find somebody that is trendy, that does
Yeah.
things that you know you like and that you want to learn. But sometimes, Janelle, there are, and I've been through this where, you'll take a class from somebody who is doing some trending looks and things that you really want to implement, and they don't end up really being that professional.
Yeah.
They don't really follow through. It's kind of like it was just a quick kind of thing to just get some cash,
Yeah.
It's not really something that really, really, really benefits you. So going to somebody who is well known
Mm-hmm.
and somebody who has been in the industry for years upon years, and they really, really know their stuff, and they've worked with this person and that person, they've learned from this person and that person, I think is great advice.
Yeah.
Because we some of these Instagram makeup artists, they're on the
Right.
gram and they're doing their thing, but not all of them are professional, not all of them are really in it to really help you,
No.
and probably not even really as good as they claim to be on Instagram, because they could be using filters and all these different things, right?
Absolutely.
So, so I do think that is great advice. So thank you so much for that.
Absolutely, girl. I trust me, I get it. Even to this day, like he still follows me and he sees my growth on Instagram. He's referred me a few clients to me.
Oh wow!
Um, yeah, no, it was amazing.
Was it a one-on-one, or did you
It
guys?
was no, it was just me and him. It was just me and him, and I had 2 different models for each day. And one look was maybe a nighttime look, and the other look was more so focused on skin and complexion. Oh, it was amazing. I still have the content in my phone, girl. It was a great class. It really was.
That's awesome. I don't even think you can find that now. I
Oh
mean,
no,
everybody do Hollywood.
it's
Everybody did a little
hard.
Hollywood.
If
Yeah.
I was to take another class, I don't know if you follow her on Instagram. Her name is Mally Magic on Instagram.
Okay.
I don't even think she does classes anymore, but I love her work. Oh my God. I think her name is King Mally Magic on Instagram. Now I'm thinking about it, but I would take another class, but it would be from someone like that.
That.
So yeah.
Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna have to tap into her because
Yes.
I'm not 100% familiar with
I'll
her.
send you all the information, honey. Just let me know, girl.
Okay, thank you,
Mhm.
Janelle.
Mhm.
And do you offer one-on-ones? Because
I also,
uh,
sorry.
I saw your courses, but do you offer one-on-ones for makeup artists?
I have kind of tried to put it together. I just haven't truly implemented it. I focus now on one-on-one classes where I teach just your normal women how to do their makeup, because I meet so many women that ask me so many questions like, I can't do my makeup. I need to learn how to do something on an everyday basis that works for my lifestyle. I got kids, I got to do this, but I want to feel good. That's what I've been really pouring into. I have wanted to start a class of like what you're talking about. That may be my next big thing that I do, because I haven't really pushed it the way that I would want to. So yeah.
I would love that.
Yeah.
I would love that. I would love
Yeah.
that.
I've definitely thought about it. I just have poured more into, my private classes with just regular clients. So yeah.
Because coming from a makeup artist perspective,
Mhm.
as I was saying to you earlier, somebody like you that's been in the industry for years and you've been doing your thing and you've really established yourself in
Yeah.
in the industry, especially in Atlanta too. I
Mhm.
think that with even Atlanta makeup artists, which we're even going to get into too, because a lot of people try to move to Atlanta, especially from Cleveland too. It's been happening a lot lately, where people will move to Atlanta because they feel like it's better opportunities in the beauty industry in Atlanta. And I do think that that would be huge for you to do something like that, because I mean, a lot of people look up to you in the makeup industry. I know I do. So I would definitely love to see you do something like that for makeup artists. That's definitely something that you know, probably could
I
pivot
need to get
into
into it.
soon. Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
Yep, yep. I think that that would be amazing. I mean, look at you now, Janelle. I mean, you just flawless.
Yeah.
You need the skincare routine too.
All that. Like I be trying to tell you, I start with y'all skin first, girl. I'm over here trying to drink all my water right now, honey.
Yes, has anyone you know what? You're giving me Vanessa Williams vibes.
Oh my God, I get her. I get Nicole Ari Parker.
Oh, Nicole for sure. And you know what?
Yes.
I wasn't gonna say her because I couldn't remember her full name. Next question for you. What is the makeup industry like in Atlanta? I know a lot of people that's listening right now watching this want to know that, because you know what, as I was saying to you, people move to Atlanta, especially from Cleveland, to get into the beauty industry. And even from Toronto, I've heard, you know, because I'm originally from Toronto, and even from Toronto, you know, everybody's aspiration is just to go to Atlanta to get into the beauty industry. And I want to set the record straight today. I want people to learn before they take that major step and that major change, before they know anything about what's going on over there. What is it like?
It's very saturated. Not even gonna lie. It is very, very, very saturated. I feel like there is a specific type of makeup here, like the housewife makeup and the makeup you see on TV a lot, the love hip hop makeup, and it's a lot. Like it can be a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I can do that makeup, but I typically do not. My makeup is a little bit more softer. I prefer your makeup to look like your skin, not like you have piles of makeup on. Even when it comes to certain like brow techniques, I feel a lot of the makeup artists, it all looks the same to me. So it's very saturated.
In terms of gaining popularity,
Mhm.
actually gaining clientele in Atlanta, it's competitive.
Honestly, I don't think about nobody else but myself. And I'm gonna just be real with you. Like, as some makeup artists, I love their work here. If I'm not available, I will refer other makeup artists that I like. But I don't worry about no other artists except me. I need to worry about attracting the right client that's supposed to sit in my chair. It can be very competitive, but I really don't look at it like that. I love to actually, like I have a makeup assistant that I use on my, like for my weddings and stuff like that.
Okay.
But I don't really look at it like that. I love to work together, but I just worry about me at the end of the day.
That's amazing that you have a makeup assistant. I
Yeah.
love, she is so fortunate. Or he
Yes.
or she, whoever it
And
is.
I love her as well. I've actually done a class with her where I was the muse and she did the makeup on me, but I was teaching her how to do my techniques on me. If that makes any sense. So
Okay.
when I do bring her to these weddings with me, she can mimic the same work as me and it don't look, too off and stuff like that. But yeah.
Awesome. Are you looking to expand for anybody that's in Atlanta right now that is looking for work currently as a makeup artist? Are you looking to expand your team
Love
out?
to get another assistant. If there's anybody in Atlanta that would love to assist me on any wedding, I would love that, and I can show you exactly what I do and teach you my techniques. Because I it's hard to find makeup artists that do the similar work to me. It's really difficult
I'm sure it is.
because this some of it's just too much, and I'll be like, oh my God, why'd you make her look like that? It's not what we're going for, but it's
Right.
difficult.
Yeah. I could imagine being so great at what you do and then having somebody who might not be on the same level as you, and that's probably creates more work for you as well. I do understand it from that perspective too. So I could see how that would be, you'd be picky about that.
Yeah, like I don't want to have to bring you with me for a wedding and then go over your work because, it's not matching mine a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I need it to be as similar as possible. Like everybody needs to be in sync and yeah, it just needs to look good.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. So thank you for telling us, you know, what entrepreneurs who are trying to get into the beauty industry in Atlanta should expect if they are thinking about, getting into the industry there. That was very informative, and I'm sure everybody is going to appreciate that information.
Mm-hmm.
What motivates you to keep pushing daily and to expand, your business and growing your art? Because you're at a place now where it's kind of like you could become complacent, but it doesn't seem like you are.
Mm, what motivates me? I'm not burnt out. I will say that because I really only do makeup on specific days, so I'm not burnt out. And I love my clients. My clients pour into me. My clients, they look forward to working with me, and I'm just like, no, I'm happy you booked with me. You know what I'm saying? So honestly, my clients are truly, they warm my heart. I love my clients. Like they are specifically just for me.
That's awesome. And I know that earlier you said that makeup just makes you tingle. So I'm
It
sure
does.
that's something
Mhm.
that keeps you pushing as well. Thank you so much for sharing that. And any goals or anything that we should be expecting from the Makeup Janell brand?
Honestly, mm, I love my clients, but I'm focusing more on just creating my own content and just being the actual influencer. More so on my TikTok platform rather than Instagram because I get a lot of my clients from Instagram. But on my TikTok, I just wanted this to be me. Makeup, no makeup, me going to the gym, whatever the case may be. Um, just working towards just being an influencer and creating content. Like y'all see me create content, but the whole like content creation thing is a lot. Like it's a lot to record your daily routine and all this. It's a lot, girl.
And you have a YouTube, you have a
Yes.
podcast. So you
Mm-hmm.
have a lot of content to attend to. One tip about content creation that you have for us?
Oh, just do it. I was very overwhelmed literally the start of 2024 with content creation and I was doubting myself. I was looking at other people like, "Oh, am I doing something wrong?" Um I was, oh my God, I look crazy. Girl, just do it. Just do it and stay consistent. That's all I could say. Like, just put your tripod up and just go for it. That literally you could worry about the editing and cutting and whatever later, but just create the content.
Thank you. Thank
Mm-hmm.
you. Because I preach that too.
Mm-hmm.
Like even right now, we're not in the greatest. I mean, I'm not in a studio next to
Yeah.
you, doing this podcast. We're doing this podcast right now on Zoom just to be transparent.
Yeah.
And I have this stupid little ring light that
Girl,
got
you gotta love that ring light, girl.
because
It's
I
getting
couldn't find my real ring
real.
light.
Mm-hmm.
But we're making it work. And that's just, I love that you said that because that's
Yeah,
just how content creation should be.
absolutely.
Would you give, or what advice would you give? One piece of advice that you would give to somebody watching this, a young woman watching this, trying to get into the beauty industry or thinking of becoming a makeup artist themselves?
Mm. Figure out your signature look. Whatever it is. If it's a soft glam, if it's a certain type of eyeshadow, you want your skin to look a certain way on your clients, figure out a signature look that when some people look at it, they know it's your work. And zero in on that, capture that, and then work on everything else. But focus on your signature look and um yeah, that's what I would say. Don't worry about like changing this and oh, I want to do this technique. Oh, let me try this. Whatever works for you, that's just perfect that and figure out the rest later. That's what I would say.
I want to ask you about that point that you just made about finding a signature look.
Yes.
How would you market that to your clients? Because I even want to know for myself too. I'm finding a hard time marketing to my clients what exactly my signature look is or how to book my signature look. Would you
Mhm.
suggest just putting signature look as an option when they're booking? Like, how would they actually know that that's what they're getting?
The first thing that pops up on my website, it says luxury soft glam, and that is my number one thing that everyone books. I do have an ultra glam, but my luxury soft glam is probably the top thing that everybody books. And usually it's the client that comes in that may not wear a lot of makeup, or they just want to look pretty and they want to look soft. That is my signature. I can switch up certain things, but it's really my signature.
Okay, so that's what you're known for, basically.
Yep,
Okay.
soft glam, absolutely.
So moving on to our last portion, are you ready for No Shade All Shine?
Yes, girl, I am ready, girl.
So let's learn a little bit about your favorite stuff. So what is one cosmetic product that you can't leave the house without?
This right here, my little black powder puff, girl. When I say I do not leave the house because I don't like to add more makeup on my face throughout the day. I would rather just lightly just touch it up, or I will honestly get some tissue from the bathroom and start blotting my face. Besides, I may add a little bit more of my lip color, but I don't leave the house without powder puff.
That's awesome. And you know what? I don't either. That's so funny.
Yes, and I give them to my clients as well. Like I'll give them a little baggie to help them touch up their makeup throughout the day after they leave me. So I'll add one of these in their bag as well.
Okay, that's
Mhm.
awesome. That's good advice. So we'll take note of that and start implementing that. What is one makeup product that you think is overhyped?
Okay, so I'm gonna say, you remember the Milk Hydro Grip when it came out, and it was like it just went viral everywhere. I never cared for it.
Okay.
Um I tried it in my kit, I tried it on my clients, even myself. It just was not, I don't like, I'm an oily girl, so I'm gonna get oily. And when you see this viral primer on TikTok or whatever, they're not showing you that you're going to be oily. It gives you a more skin like dewy finish. Even though it grips your makeup on, baby girl, you're gonna be oily. And I never really got into it. I never got into the hype of it. It just wasn't for me.
Do you think that the e.l.f. grip primer is a nice
It's the same
alternative
thing.
to
I
it?
tried that too. I
Like
tried the e.l.f. gripping primer. I feel like it's all the same thing, and I prefer more of a mattifying primer because I am oily, and a lot of my clients, they want to be matte. So I steer
Mm,
away from anything that leaves a skin or dewy towards a dewy finish because that's what my clients, they don't prefer it.
so question for you for the makeup heads.
Yeah.
When you're going for a mattifying look, and I know we probably got to pay for this question, but I'm gonna try to
Mhm.
I'm gonna try to shoot my shot.
Okay.
When you're using, because you said your makeup clients like to be mattified.
They prefer to be matte, either a matte or more of like a satin, just normal finish, but most of
Okay.
them prefer matte. Mhm.
Because what I was going to say, and I know that a lot of makeup artists kind of toggle between this kind of challenge too. When you're mattifying somebody, in order to still get that moisture and that that look where it doesn't look like they're dry, because
Yeah,
some people have dry skin already. When you
yeah.
have a client that already has dry skin and you're using mattifying products, do you kind of just use a great moisturizer that kind of gives them that cashmere look?
Yes, I will. My favorite moisturizer right now that I'm using is the Embryolisse.
Use that one as
I
well.
love that.
I love it.
Kiehl's, Kiehl's is just their regular moisturizer that's also been in my kit for a long time.
Okay.
Another primer that I've been loving, this is the setting spray, but NYX has a marshmallow primer just like this,
Hmm.
and I've been loving that as well. And that will give your clients a matte finish without it being super, super matte. But
Right.
yeah,
Okay.
I do. I give them a little bit more hydration in the areas where they need it, especially if they're dry. We typically be around like dry around our mouth and maybe
Hmm.
around the nose area. So
Hmm.
yeah. Mhm.
Yep. Okay. So that's a great tip for makeup artists, and all of
Yeah,
those products that you've mentioned, I can personally attest to them being great as well.
absolutely.
Yes. So you've worked with celebrities. Is there a celebrity that you haven't worked with that maybe is something that you would like to do or work on set with an actor or actress or something?
Yes, I love the singer Her.
Oh,
She is probably somebody I would probably go everywhere with her. Like, I love her music, but I think that her makeup is just right up my alley. It's usually very soft.
Mhm.
It just looks like her skin. But if I'm going all out, I definitely say like the Kelly Rowlands. I would love to do Kelly Rowland's makeup one day. I would also do makeup for maybe TV shows, like how you see um what's her name? Sherry. I think her name is Sherry, has a TV show. It has to be something very specific or like
Okay.
The Real, or I would do glam for stuff like that as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm,
Awesome. That's good to
mhm.
know that you're still open to doing.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Awesome.
Mhm.
Love to hear that. I love her too. She's awesome. As I said, we probably have to pay for some of these questions.
No, 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 girl. It's okay. It's okay.
But listen,
I'm not gonna gatekeep. It's okay. You
let's
can
just
ask me
talk
whatever you
about the
like.
elephant in the room. Your makeup is just flawless, Janelle. I mean, it is just flawless. Like even right now, it is just flawless.
Ew.
What is your favorite eyeshadow primer,
Mhm.
foundation, and eyeshadow palette? And I know, as I said,
Okay,
we
no,
don't
no.
gotta say everything.
Oh, it's okay. I do not use eyeshadow primer. I use
Okay,
concealer for whatever concealer I'm using. That's what I use. I've never really been a big eyeshadow primer girl. I've tried the one primer that I have tried is the P. Louise primer
yes,
because of
okay,
how they market it and their content on it. So I've tried that. I actually have it in my kit and I don't use it like that. So I just use
like
concealer.
it.
It was okay. It wasn't
Okay.
bad, but it's just one extra step that I have to use,
Mhm.
and I just don't do the step. I just put concealer on and I do the eyeshadow that way.
I love
Um,
that. And see, that was a trick question because a lot of makeup artists we use concealer. I know I do,
I
and
use
like
concealer.
some makeup artists are like, nope, primer all the way, and some people really love P. Louise. So I'm happy that you said that because
Yeah.
that sets the record straight for some of your looks and how you do your looks. And I know people are interested in, does she use primer? Does she not? Like what, you know?
No eyeshadow primer. My favorite foundation will probably always be, I love Maybelline Fit. It just
Ah,
love it. I wear it every day and I get
that girl.
yeah,
Okay,
that girl.
that girl.
When they ask me, "Oh my god, what are you wearing?" I'll be like, "Maybelline, hello." I love the Maybelline Fit foundations. I use them on my clients and I use them on myself. I love the shade range. I love the price. I mix them together with other foundations. I love Black Opal. I love NARS, but Maybelline will probably always be my favorite. I've kind of stuck to NARS, the Natural Radiant Foundation, because I have like 6 of them in my kit, and I work and I mix the other colors together. Just depends. Now, one day I want to get really big when they just start sending you makeup. You know what I'm saying? Like I
That's
get
where
some
I'm trying to
makeup,
get.
girl. I get some makeup sent to me, but it's like big, big like that. So when I get big like that, we're gonna do this interview again, and then I'll let you know.
Yes. No, you are already there for us. So listen, I would be extremely elated to have you again.
Yes, we're gonna do this interview again. I'm be like, yes, girl, this is good. I like this. I like this for myself. So yeah.
And let
Um,
us know how you get those PR package too. We
yeah,
want to know that too, because a lot of people, there's people say different things about that.
yeah.
What foundation are you wearing today?
I am wearing the Maybelline Fit Foundation. I'm wearing
Wow. Come on, guys.
it.
I mean,
I'm
okay,
wearing it.
listen. And this is for all of the Maybelline Fit Me haters. Okay.
Don't be
Look
no
at
hater.
this woman's makeup.
I don't like it when women are like, oh my God, I don't wear the cheap drugstore makeup. Girl, you're
Thank
asleep.
you.
Like, let me wake you up. You just don't know how to use it, baby. I'm just saying because I wear it all the time.
Thank you. And if you're
Mhm.
not seeing this video right now, you should just see how flawless Janelle looks. So you're gonna have to look it up on YouTube so that you can see
Yes.
what she looks like.
Okay, so my favorite eyeshadow palette right now is the Makeup Revolution. Girl, I don't wore it out, honey. This is the Makeup Revolution Velvet Rose palette. I have it in my personal kit and I have it in my kit for my clients. It's probably one of my when I say favorite palettes, it's just a go-to palette for me.
She
Don't
is
know
just
why.
amazing,
It's
guys.
all
Come
the time. It gets crazy.
on, amazing. Okay, and you know what's so funny? Some of the best makeup artists in the industry use these products that we that a lot of these makeup artists who are newer in the game look down on.
Yeah.
Like even Benny Beauty. I don't know if you're hip to Benny
Yep.
Beauty.
Mhm.
He's like awesome. I love his work. Which he has a unique type of,
He has a
either you
very
love it
unique.
or you
Yep.
don't,
Yes.
right?
Mhm.
But I noticed that he uses a lot of things that we wouldn't think he would use too, like Revolution. He uses a lot of different Makeup Revolution products. I
Mhm.
mean, I feel like there's this stigma out there where it's like if you're giving a like a certain type of luxury look, it has to be luxury items, and that's not particularly true. I've even had somebody say that to me before, and it's not particularly true. um Someone had said to me one time, you don't want to give, clients drugstore makeup if they're paying a certain price. But that's not, in my opinion, that's not what they're paying for. Because they could go get that drugstore item and they can't do
What you
what
do.
you do. So
Yeah.
it's really the skill.
Yeah.
And look at your makeup. I mean, right? So it just goes to show you that that's just a stigma, and do what works for you. So thank you so much for telling us that. That actually was my first eyeshadow palette.
Oh, girl, I love it. And also
That was
too,
my first eyeshadow palette I've ever purchased.
I used to think the same way about having drugstore makeup in my kit. And I remember when I took my class with Yannick, he was like, just depot it and put it in like a clear container where you can put the little number or whatever, where you know what it is. Your clients don't have to know what it is. Like they don't know if you're,
Very true.
yeah, just depot it. Like they don't need to know. They need to know when they look in the mirror, they know what they paid for. You know what I'm saying? That's all they need to know. They don't need to know. Depot your lip colors, depot. My concealers kind of go together, but depot as much as you can. I wish I could depot the NARS foundations, but I can't. But the Maybelline foundations you can kind of pour into
Right.
into a container, so that's fine. But girl, you better depot it and just put a little sticker on it so you know what it is. I'll send you some of my favorite, or what I use to depot some of my favorite things.
Okay, awesome. I love that. And I'll pass it along. What's one place in the world that you would love to travel?
Somewhere with some water. I don't care where it is. Just somewhere with some water where I can have a view and just glam and just, oh my God, and just work. Where I
Yes.
can look outside and see the beach, but I'm still working and doing what I love at the same time.
Yes. What beauty service do you like to get done that is like therapy for you personally?
My haircuts. My haircut.
Okay.
My haircuts for me, it's like she cuts my stress away. Every time I get a haircut, I feel like a brand new woman. I feel like a release. It's my haircuts for me, girl.
Wow. I do see you talk about your haircuts a lot. And then I think you said that an actual barber.
Yeah, I go to Great Clips to get my hair cut. So
Right,
yeah.
right. I think I remember you saying that. You
Yes,
share
girl.
a lot with us, and I love that about you.
I'm gonna start sharing more. Like I kind of just only do makeup sometimes, and I want to share like there's other aspects of me that I don't show on social media. So that's what I'm diving into for 2024.
I would love that. I would love to see that. What? Okay, so what would you rather, a new pair of shoes or a new bag?
Where I am in my life right now, I have enough shoes. I would probably do a new bag.
New bag? What's your favorite type of bag? I'm just curious.
I used to like, I don't even think they sell them anymore. It was LTL London. They had like quality bags that weren't super expensive, but I don't know what happened to them on Instagram. Yeah, and I'm all for a good Amazon bag too, girl. My purse I got now is from Amazon. So yeah.
That you
Mhm.
Janelle, you're a very humble girl. Very humble.
Yes, girl. Absolutely, honey.
Very. I love that about you. What's one quote that you, just off the top of your head, even if it's your own quote or something, what's one quote that you could share with our stain babes today, just to remind them that they can accomplish anything?
If you're feeling insignificant, you better think again. By Miss Beyonce, honey. Okay, like just know that you're that girl. Like, still have that in you, even if you're on a journey. If you're just starting off, if you're whatever it is, just know that you're that girl.
Wow. Thank you so much for saying that, because we're looking at you like that, girl. And so to hear you say that to us is amazing. And that's encouraging because we all, no matter how great we are, there's somebody better than us.
Yeah.
And we all have those days where it's like, man, am I really doing like enough? Or am I enough? Or am I going to reach this goal that I want to reach? It seems impossible. Like even with social media nowadays, you know, everybody's trying to just more and more and more, get more followers, get more content, get this, get that. And it's like, you never feel like you measure up. Instagram has its days where it's like, forget you.
Yeah.
You don't exist.
Yeah.
Just forget your content today because ain't nobody seeing it. You know, so and we all get discouraged by that. So remembering that you're that girl, I really I appreciate that.
And just try to enjoy your journey. Get off of Instagram a little bit. Like post what you need to and get off because it's very distracting and it will have you comparing your life to something that's not even real. You know what I'm saying? So just focus on yourself and be okay with your journey, you know?
That is great advice. Thank you so much for that because in this, as I said, in this day and age, it's affecting people mentally.
Absolutely.
And we have to learn to, it's not just because it's your business, it's not everything.
Yeah.
Do what you can and come off of it.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself. I see that you go to the gym and you know you really take care of yourself health wise, and that's something that it should be applauded and something that we could definitely take from youth. You know, have to take time for those things. So step away from that and take care of yourself.
Definitely. I'm in therapy too, though. Like coming into my 30s, because I'm 31, I'll be 32 this year. 30s hit me like, what is going on? Like I started doubting everything when I hit my 30s. So I had to start therapy and I'm just like, in my 30s is like a whole new decade for me and it's really overwhelming at times and I feel like I'm learning a completely different version of myself that I don't know, you know, but still try to stay true to yourself and at the same time. So it's been a roller coaster, honey, but it's okay though.
I think for me, I'm getting to a point now where it's like, yes, you do have to take care of yourself mentally. And I'm glad that you mentioned that because I do that as well. But on top of that, I'm kind of in a stage right now where it's like, I don't care. I don't care about opinions. I don't care about it. I don't know where it came from. I think it's a 30s thing. You hit your 30s and it takes time, but you just get to this point where it's like, I'm doing me. I don't care what anybody thinks about it. I'm just gonna do what I need to do and what I know is best for me. And your podcast, we're looking forward to that. We didn't even really talk much about that. Quickly, what is the main scope of it?
Me and my best friend, Bree Michelle, we were just like, you know what, we see all these podcasts, but no, we got something to say. And it honestly is giving us a platform to step away from the beauty industry, step away from providing a service, and just allow us to show our personalities and the way that we think. Because some people look at us and they think that, oh, she's going to be like this, and we're really not. So it's probably the most exciting thing I have going on for 2024 and I'm really excited for it. I'm excited to be a part of other podcasts and I'm just excited. I'm excited for everything though.
I love that. And you're perfect for it. I love y'all setup. It looks amazing. You know,
thank you, girl. Trial and error, girl. Trial and error. I'm telling you, this trial and error.
We got to talk about that the next time we talk too, for people who are trying to get interested in getting podcasts. I know that one big thing that people shy away from is, well, I don't have a place to like set up and, you know, which is, that didn't stop me. I'm going to still do it.
I love what you're doing though. I think this is the most convenient thing ever because we have to physically go. Like we've been guests on other podcasts, but we've had to literally go to the girl. This is great, but I know that in person is a little different. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, it is. It is. Yeah. It absolutely is. And that's why I love what you guys have. And especially in Atlanta, it's just going to take off because you guys can have people on the show in person and people love to see that.
Not another Black girl podcast.
Okay, awesome. I'm following and I'm excited about it. And I'm excited to see what else you guys come up with. Thank you so much, Janell, for joining the show today. You're a darling.